it up high. We know that we'll win the prize. Lift up your head and hold it up high. We know that we'll win the prize. Lift up your head and hold it up high. We know that we'll win the prize. Lift up your head and hold it up high. We know that we'll win the prize. Lift up your head and hold it up high. We know that we'll win the prize. Golden touch the zone of silence.
May I wish this wonderful group of graduates a very warm good evening. And on your behalf, may I welcome the chairman of the Board of Management and all the board members, the acting principal, Dr. Trudy Ann Barrett, the acting vice principals, Mr. Roger Williams and Ms. Kerry Ann Henry, and all the deans and directors of schools, and of course the registrar, Mrs. Claudia Woonchin. As I prepared for this graduation ceremony, with its very compelling theme with the keywords blossoming and releasing, I found myself singing Edelweiss, and some of you might be too young to know what that is all about. Edelweiss is a show tune from the 1959 Rodgers and Hammerstein musical, The Sound of Music. It is named after the Eloise, a white flower found high in the Alps. The song was created for the 1959 Broadway production of The Sound of Music. That is long after Marcus Garvey created the Eloise Park as a place for artistic excellence and extravaganza, and a signal of his admiration for all things beautiful. No, Marcus Garvey never visited the Alps as far as I know, but his reach and thirst for knowledge knew no bounds. But maybe you never heard of Eloise Park. In the way we do not curate all that is beautiful about ourselves, there is not even a marker on the site at Sly Pen Road, and no way we can know that the greats such as Ronnie Williams performed there and helped Garvey stage many pleasant Sunday evenings, as some of the shows were called. Well then, perhaps you have heard of the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, one of the 7 wonders of the world, described as a remarkable feat of engineering, a series of tiered gardens containing a wide variety of trees, shrubs, and vines, and extensively documented by Greek historians. No? Then perhaps you have heard the parish of St. Anne right here in Jamaica being described as the Garden Parish. We are told that the owner, better described as the then Bakra master of the colonial settlement, now known as the Seville Heritage Park, once planted a beautiful rose garden there in honor of his wife. It inspired all other grudgeful plantation masters to enter a veritable competition for who could plant the most beautiful garden for their own wives, and so gardens spread throughout the parish. We could ask the same questions of all of these gardens. Where are they now? They have been victims of natural disasters such as droughts and hurricanes, and the donkey attitude of human beings who have yet to recognize the value of the environment to our survival, in spite of 26 conferences in as many years euphemistically called climate conferences. One of them is going on now in Glasgow under the uncreative name COP26, Conference of Parties. But in Jamaica, a cop is somebody with the power of arrest, sworn to protect and serve. Maybe that should be preserve. Maybe that is why Greta Thunberg is there. You must have heard of her. She's the 18-year-old Swedish environmental activist who is known for challenging world leaders to take immediate action for climate change mitigation. She grabs all the spotlight and has been doing so since she was barely a teenager. But did you know that there are other climate change activists younger than her and before her? They come from Sri Lanka, Chad, Kenya, Cuba, Pakistan, and Paraguay, the so-called third world underdeveloped countries whose natural resources are consistently raided to enrich the countries leading the COP26, and who are largely responsible for the current state of climate disasters. They are there, these young activists, because they value beauty in the world. They value and advocate for the use of traditional knowledge and the ways in which art can be incorporated into efforts to heal the environment, promote health and well-being, and impact sustainable development. Perhaps if these voices had not been ignored over the years, we would not just be asking, did you know? But we would have seen the Hanging Gardens, or Edelweiss Park, or known about St. Anne and why it is called the Garden Parish. And if we lived in a just world, Greta Thunberg would not be the only one in the spotlight, while people who look like you and I are rendered virtually invisible. Today is the 7th anniversary of the proclamation of National Storytelling Day in Jamaica. It is also Universal Children's Day, a marriage, a great opportunity for us to talk about the rights of our children to culture and heritage. What's your story? Where do you want to blossom? How much can you release for justice and equity? How far is your reach? Africa, the Caribbean, Europe, North America? How do you move from virtual invisibility to world dominance? This is how we say welcome to graduation 2021. May it have a lasting impact on how we help each other to bloom and grow. And may you bloom and grow forever. And may everyone you encounter be a reflection of how every morning you greet me. And may you sing in return, you look happy to meet me. Bloom and grow, blossom and release. Enjoy your graduation ceremony.
We create in the spirit and energy of those who trod before. Hail Dottie Bookman, Marcus Garvey, Edna Manley, Barry Moncrief, Dennis Scott, Vera Moody, Bob Marley, Rex Nettleford, Don Drummond, Cedric Brooks, and all Groundation ancestors. We salute you. Teach I and I love, loyalty on earth as it is in Zion. Endow I and I with thy wise mind, knowledge and overstanding to do thy will. Let the hungry be fed, the naked clothed. Let the sick be nourished, the aged protected, and the infant cared for. Through the power of the King of Kings, Lord of Lords, conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah. The I art the Alpha and Omega, the beginning without end, first and forever, the protector of all human faith, and a ruler of the universe.
You ought to know that as an avid horticulturalist, the theme of this year's graduation exercise would resonate well with me. I believe many, if not all of you, share my amazement that another year has gone by and we are once more at that time of transition we have come to call graduation. Not only have we made it through the last 2 years of the pandemic, but through all the challenges we have equipped ourselves to move on. This is indeed a time of blossoming. Indeed, You have experienced many moments of change this past year. Did you create those moments? Were they created for you? Did you influence them? Or did you merely bend to them? Your responses will help you assess how do you know whether you are capable of responding to the theme by changing or by being a change maker. You will find that the answers may be elusive now, but graduations present us with wonderful opportunities for reflection. We live in Jamaica where changes carry so many profound concepts. When the man on the corner begs you a little change, he means money. But we all know that he's not expecting the small change that you would not miss. He's experiencing something that will make a big difference to his circumstances in that moment, perhaps in that day. Consider the proverb that we can give such a man a fish, or we can teach him how to fish. If we have learned anything these past 2 years, it is about how rapidly things change. So in a short while, that able fisherman would find that changing technologies of fishing might lead to reduced yield, and he would end up needing further assistance in order to maintain his recently acquired self-sufficiency. You come to realize that your good deed has an expiration date. You discover that the change maker's job is never finished. One simple definition of a change maker is somebody who is taking creative action to solve a social problem. At this point, we come to find out that all social problems begin at the personal level. Your creativity must now take you beyond merely performing good deeds, such as responding to the immediate needs of the beggar on the corner, or to the broader picture of how we nurture and inspire an entire nation or region to accept the challenges that we cannot change to remain the same. So being a change maker also means the capacity to vision. The world will change in spite of you. Can you make it change because of you? Can you stay course even in the face of what is unprecedented and stand on the side of millions whose lives and dreams have been upended, suspended, and for whom it is increasingly clear that there's no easy way to get back on track? That's what artists do. They innovate, they invent, and transform without having the resources of the traditional philanthropists to access power brokers, but with the infinitely more impactful reserves of desire to create a better world and a better way of life for everyone. So then, we have to ask ourselves if change is inevitable, if change makers have a duty to discern when not changing is an attribute. This is not a challenge you can face by yourself. If ever there was a time to remember our Jamaican saying that one hand can't clap, it is now. I have faith in our graduates. I have faith in the families and caregivers who have brought you to this point in your journey. I have faith in the Edna College of the Visual and Performing Arts. Together, we can find the resources that allow us to blossom and release the creativity that will reveal us to ourselves as the ones we have been waiting for. I give you my heartiest congratulations, and as always, God bless you. God bless the Edna College of the Visual and Performing Arts. I thank
Ah, ladies and gentlemen, this is orientation, and you are at the Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts. Yes, the first and still and what better place for you to be than at the premier institution in the Caribbean. My name is Claudia Wunchin, and I'm the registrar. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to take you through some of the things that you need to know for you to succeed while you are here at this institution. And so I say to you today, welcome.
On behalf of the faculty and students of the School of Arts Management and Humanities, I am pleased to welcome you to an environment steeped in creativity and bursting with tremendous opportunities for our students to excel in forward thinking and innovation. Welcome.
Welcome to the School of Continuing Education and Allied Programs, where we offer to you creative education with a flexible access. Whether you are in our leisure programs, be it junior or adults, certificate, access to credit, CSEC, CAPE, or postgraduate diploma programs, remember, this is the gateway to your future in the arts. Let's keep it. Welcome.
This is the beginning of a beautiful journey filled with artistic discoveries, technical growth, and personal maturity. It will be one of the most fulfilling periods of your life where you feed your passion, soul, and penchant for creativity. It is a journey to discover yourself and to shape what your contribution will be to the world. It is the beginning chapter of your journey, and every step takes you closer to becoming the best version of yourself and to live the life of your dreams. We are happy that you are here with us to take you to the next level. From the School of Dance to you, welcome.
He says, black man came walking I, said, sing for me, dreamer. Said black man, I cannot. In Scott's poem, Dreadwalk, we encounter the teller with anxiety at the start of a journey, but at the end, walks with confidence. Scott's poem and the journey of this dreamer, this protagonist, is perhaps very much like every single student who is entering this school for the very first time. When you walk in here, your business is first and foremost the building of skill in acting, theater, and performance making. At the same time, the use of those skills in drama and theater for education purposes, formal education or popular education. And at the same time, we ensure that whatever you experience here is culturally relevant. It is Caribbean, because we are at the center. The Scott poem ends with the protagonist saying, now I am walking. Join us on the journey. Let us walk. Welcome.
Like a gentle seedling with hopes of bloom, I walk this pathway. I intend to grow to my full height without limits. No weeds can hold me back so long as my articulturalist is right. Standing alone, I am beauty. turn to the sun and absorb nutrients and radiate. Plants are adaptable, that I will read. An artist buries its head and creates. Tell stories. I am prepared for the hardening off. Sway with the drums and paint memorable backdrops. This space, this place gives me the right conditions that favors growth, my growth. I am ready for the pruning, for the grafting and budding. I am eager to bloom.
Danse belle, vini danse belle. Ay nene oh, vini danse belle. Danse belle, vini danse belle. Ay nene oh, vini danse belle. Danse belle. Ay nene oh, danse belle oh. Ay nene oh, danse belle oh. Ay nene oh, ay nene oh, vini danse belle. Out in the road, I'm out in the road, warrior. Out in the road, I'm out in the road, warrior. Out in the road, I'm out in the road, warrior. Out in the road, I'm out in the road, warrior. Out in the road, warrior. Rose yourself for the great encounter. Out in the road, I'm out in the road, warrior. Out in the road, I'm out in the road, warrior. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I am on my way to heaven by the grace of God in me. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I like Barnabas, hey, hey. I like Barnabas, hey, hey. I like Barnabas, hey, hey. I like Barnabas, hey, hey.
The Honorable Marigold Harding, Chairman and other members of the Board of Management. Ms. Kerry-Ann Henry, Vice Principal of Administration and Resource Development. Mr. Roger Williams, Acting Vice Principal of Academic Affairs. Mr. Maurice Hamilton, our distinguished guest speaker. Mrs. Claudia Wunchin, College Registrar. Dr. Amina Blackwood Meeks, College Orator. Specially invited guests, members of faculty and staff, parents, family members, well-wishers and graduates, a very good afternoon to you. It's my profound and sincere pleasure to welcome you all to this staging of the Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts Graduation Production 2021. This occasion has presented yet another momentous opportunity for us to gather, not only because it marks the culmination of years of hard work and perseverance, but more so because we are presenting a new cohort of graduates amid the persisting circumstances of the COVID-19 pandemic. This moment, therefore, signals our agility as an arts institution and our resoluteness to our mission to enrich the aesthetic sensibilities and promote the cultural diversity of the Caribbean through the highest quality education and training in the visual and performing arts. It is no secret that the creative sector has been one of the hardest hit sectors in this pandemic. As a premier tertiary arts institution in the region, we had to confront this reality head on. And in the process, our conceptions of the norm and our traditional ways of experiencing community were accordingly dismantled as precedence was given to balancing the dimensions of health, economy, and existence. Such efforts gave rise to the channeling of innovative thinking and strategies that led us to this moment, which serves to reaffirm that resilience is one of the unmistakable fibers that undergirds who we are as a community. I therefore do not take this milestone lightly and deem it a privilege to report to you this afternoon on the achievements of the Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts for the academic year 2020-21. Though our mode of operations were significantly altered for the year under review, the schools and departments nonetheless remained inundated with a plethora of activities that centered on advancing the mandate of the college. Here are a few highlights focused on college-wide initiatives. As part of our Heritage Week celebrations, the college hosted its inaugural Distinguished Edward Seaga Lecture on October 12, 2020, themed Normalizing the Role of Arts Education in National Reconstruction. The initiative served to honor the concerns and work of the late Most Honorable Edward Seaga, which centered on the links between arts, culture, and development. The Office of the Student Services Department highlighted and rewarded the academic accomplishments of students who attained a grade point average of 3.0 and above through its annual Honors Awards ceremony. 83 students were recognized for their achievements at the virtual event, at which the guest speaker was Ms. Rochelle Cameron, founder and CEO of Prescient Consulting Services Limited. The college hosted its first virtual graduation production themed Unmasked, Breathe, Change. The format included a combination of live and pre-recorded or pre-curated components. The guest speaker was Dr. Kadamawi Naif, lecturer and researcher at the Mona School of Business and Management, UWI, where he's also the director of the Center for Entrepreneurship Thinking and Practice. During the week of February 28 to March 5, 2021, the college paused to pay homage to our founders under the theme Echoes of Fire. The activities were designed to invoke a signal moment wherein the fires of the past could be reignited to further the visions upon which our noble institution was built. As is customary, the week-long activities commenced with a Thanksgiving service that provided for a time of deep introspection, revitalization, and renewed focus. In its effort to promote the continued use and relevance of library services, the Edward Seaga Library and Resource Center organized a series of SIP, browse, and chat sessions for the period April 22 to May 20, 2021. The library's adjustments also included a thrust toward digitizing its materials to minimize face-to-face interactions, whilst increasing students' access to its resources. With a view to expand partnerships and promote development of the creative and cultural industries, the college embarked on two significant initiatives. In February 2021, the college officially opened its Small Business Development Center as part of a national network of small business development centers coordinated by the Jamaica Business Development Corporation. Mr. Kimberley Campbell, an alumna of the School of Arts Management and Humanities, was employed as the center's business development counselor. Additionally, in May 2021, a memorandum of understanding was signed between the college and SMC Europe Caribbean Limited. The MOU signals new developments in the college with the offer of apprenticeship/scholarship opportunities and support for the development of programs and spaces. Given the tangible and interactive nature of the arts, the COVID-19 pandemic had a significant bearing on the majority of our courses, some of course in more dire ways than others. Notwithstanding, the schools continued to find creative and innovative ways to normalize working irrespective of the circumstances. Here are a few of the academic highlights. School of Arts Management and Humanities, under the capable direction of its Director of Studies, Dr. Anthea Octave, hosted Celebrating Research in the Arts Day virtually on March 3, 2021. The program included rich and spirited panel discussions on dance and the moving image, video screen as a new stage and studio, approaches to community dance in COVID-19 and beyond, surveying the echoes of laughter in Jamaica, historical perspectives and comedic reflections, and masks arrayed, masquerade traditions. It also featured a research pitch competition dubbed the 3-Minute Challenge, where students from the various schools contended for the top 3 prizes. The School of Arts Management and Humanities also delivered its 12th annual Gender and Development Lecture on March 4, 2021 via Zoom. Themed, "We Still Scrolling and Searching, Gender, Technology and Power in the Caribbean," the lecture stimulated critical dialogue on contemporary issues that are at the intersection of arts and gender development. The keynote speaker was Dr. Dhanaraj Thakur, Research Director of the Center of Democracy and Technology, USA. The school also presented their final year shows on May 6, 2021. The event, themed Art to Heart Arts Therapy, A World Beyond Creative Expressions, was hosted via Zoom. The guest presenters were actor, mimer, director, and former dean of the School of Drama, Pierre Lemire, arts therapist Leslie Ann Bell-Navis, and music therapist and professional counselor Christine Elise Gallagher. The presentations explore topics such as the power of arts therapy, art therapy healing through imagery, building resilience through arts therapy, and the value of performance therapy. We'll now focus on the School of Visual Arts. The art education departments of the School of Visual Arts and Frederick Community College in Maryland, USA, collaborated through the efforts of SVA adjunct lecturer, Dr. Verona Barnes, and associate professor of Frederick Community College, Dr. Ivy Shevers. The manifestations of the collaboration bore fruit in the form of student panel presentations on November 18, 2020 and February 25, 2021. The events were held in recognition of International Education Week and Black History Month, respectively. The panelists discussed issues centered on educational and race realities within this period of the COVID-19 pandemic and the implications that these present for the future of education. The School of Visual Arts final year exhibition was mounted for the period July 22 to August 12, 2021. The works of 17 final year students were showcased under the theme, Staying the Course, in situ too. We'll now turn our attention to the School of Drama. Though the School of Drama was challenged by the inability to have their students perform in front of live audiences and be fueled by the emotive responses of said audience, they chose to focus on the inherent opportunities rather than the limitations. To this end, a range of experimental devisings were drawn on. These productions were deemed experimental insofar as they were responses to making performance in a time of physical distancing given the COVID-19 protocols. Accordingly, the school staged 3 experimental productions. Production 1, Tina's Tale, was devised as an assignment with a story drama class of 2020 and directed by Director of Studies Janet Muirhead Stewart. It was directed as a physically distant production with Zoom audience only. Production 2 was directed by Elizabeth Montoya Steeman, Head of Theatre Arts. It featured 2 live audio dramas, one titled Return to Paradise by Cicely Waite Smith, and the other, Now for Now, by Wilfred Redhead. Production 3, entitled Real, was written by Owen Blacker Ellis, Tesfa Edwards, and Amal Wright, and directed by Doreen Reed, Head of Drama in Education. The production was initially presented as a Zoom theater poetry collage, but was eventually streamed live on YouTube. 4 final year BFA students of the School of Drama presented their one-man-woman performances as their independent studies during the period June 4 to 9, 2021. The productions were Life Action, a monodrama by Tony and Faulkner; The System, a monodrama by Torian King; The Bubble Doll Experiment, a monodrama by Janelle Smith; and 123 Wealth Lane, a monodrama by Joan McKenzie. We'll now focus on the School of Dance. The School of Dance hosted Dance a Yard and Color Museum virtually on February 18, 2021, in celebration of Black History Month. The event, themed Dancing Black to the Future, featured performances that honored the late Rex Nettleford. The School of Dance presented dance works under the theme, The Body Remembers. The performances were staged during the period March 19 to 22, 2021. They also hosted Let's Talk Dance Works live on Instagram from May 13 to 14, 2021, which was an initiative that featured talks by students concerning their experiences and adventures at the school and their understandings of culture and economics in the dance world. We'll now focus on the School of Music. The School of Music hosted a series of concerts for 3rd and final year students in April and May, respectively. The performances were pre-recorded and streamed virtually to a restricted audience for examination purposes only. The School of Music has re-engaged the University of Minnesota regarding the Master of Music in Music Education. This was initially proposed in November 2019. However, the plans were temporarily postponed due to the challenges and uncertainties surrounding the COVID-19 pandemic. The School of Music has also been working assiduously to create a Bachelor of Music Education with a primary specialization as a means of responding to that niche market which has been untapped. This is in process and is scheduled to be on stream in 2023. Given the urgent need for recording space in this virtual learning paradigm, a new studio space was identified at the School of Music. Rooms 19 and 20 that were previously used as practice rooms were identified as spaces that could be modified in the coming months to accommodate the new music studio. Additionally, studio recording equipment valued at US $30,000 is being provided by SMC Europe Caribbean Limited, a global marketing agency. The School of Continuing Education and Allied Programs has continued to offer its suite of structured and recreational programs. The programs, which cater to a wide cross-section of participants, have also continued to engage special needs students as part of a thrust to make our offerings more inclusive. For the academic year under review, SKEEP enrolled 5 special needs students. Their needs included visual and auditory impairment, as well as other sensory learning challenges, such as autism, dyslexia, and dyscalculia. Notably, 90% of these candidates have been successful in their pursuits, and one of our autistic students is among the graduation batch today. Congratulations. In its effort to extend its impact across the island, SKEEP has been engaged in discussions with several colleges, such as Sam Sharp Teachers College and the College of Agriculture, Science and Education. The college remains steadfast in its pursuit to provide quality programs to our students. Consequently, we continue to intermittently review our programs for quality assurance purposes. Resultantly, the college submitted 14 of its programs to the University Council of Jamaica for re-accreditation, and a series of virtual evaluations were accordingly conducted by the UCJ between February and April 2021. The exit interviews from the UCJ's virtual site visit for the reaccreditation of our programs provided affirmation that the college has fared relatively well in responding to the pivots occasioned by the COVID-19 pandemic. On November 6, 2020, the college was one of 10 government-funded teacher training institutions that benefited from support granted through the Japan-funded Inter-American Development Bank's Technical Cooperation Program. To this end, the college received 10 tablets that were distributed to needy students enrolled at the college to enhance their access to online education. For the 2020-2021 academic year, the college received a total of Jamaican $20,280,008.75 and a further 8,000 United States dollars from 25 donors. 50 students benefited from the proceeds. It is noteworthy also that our faculty have seized every opportunity that has arisen during the period for capacity development in order to remain current with developments in education and to enhance their contributions and delivery. Accordingly, advantage was taken of the opportunities afforded through Delaware State University and Waldorf University to complete online accredited courses in designing online content and instruction, as well as a postgraduate diploma in arts education offered through SCEEP to shore up the pedagogical components of their practice. And while we reflect on our achievements, it's with deep regret that I insert this somber note. However, I invite you to pause with me in remembrance of a former member of our community, the late Jalissa McGowan, a first-year School of Visual Arts student who died earlier this year in a tragic ordeal that reportedly resulted when she was denied adequate hospital care for an asthma attack. Let's also remember those whom we have lost over the past year as a result of this pandemic. And in the same breath, let us give thanks for the ways in which those encounters have enriched our lives. I want to pause to salute all who were instrumental to the success of our graduates, who gave them the courage to blossom and to be. Graduates, at this point of your releasing, do not take for granted the journey of discovery that you have been on here at the EMCVPA. As you exit these corridors, know that whilst you do not get to choose the world in which you graduate, the capacity to change its trajectory is within your grasp. Use the education that you've gained here to generate solutions to the plethora of problems in our society to guarantee a more resilient world. And in your quests and successes, do also remember your alma mater by becoming a building block upon the very foundation that nurtured you. Congratulations again, class of 2021. The Board of Management, the members of senior and middle management team, faculty, staff, and other stakeholders are immensely proud of you this afternoon. Walk good and one love.
Unwanted weed choke plants and stunt grow. Sure. We all must go through the pruning process. Get rid of all the unwanted weeds. The right horticulturalist is needed for the job. Nature is natural. And so the natural order of things is to have the right man for the job. But society deviates from nature, and politicking coated with colonial practices is the order of the nature. So So as young people, we have to learn from early to respect the art. Art is for the people. Pruning is part of success and is necessary. But it's only useful when done by the right people. Ja!
All right. Ready, and 1, 2, 3. Yay. Turn and reach, fall, ya, tada, and fix the point. Come on, guys.
All right, okay, all right. Remember the character and the objectives, right? And please, while you're at it, you have to speak clearly so the audience can pick you up, and more importantly, right? Just clean up the blocking, fix the blocking.
Okay, sir. Breathe deep. Okay, do it again.
Remember, one leg forward and the other behind. And it's base, open, close, tip. Base, open. Use both hands. Fix your posture. That's it. Base, open, close, tip. Base, open, close, tip.
4 main techniques exist in sculpting: carving, assembling, modeling, and casting. As you think about your ideas, start thinking about the different techniques that you use for your sculpture, and then you begin.
We will help you to craft the path to your art's dream. Aim for the A's. If you miss them, you will be among the B's. Don't let it go. You need to pass the C6 subjects in order to get into your design programs, so stop waste time.
Shaking off the fluff, freeing up the fuzz. You're the is that never was, with the B's to add the buzz. We are guided by the 5 B's: begging, borrowing, battering, buying, building an industry on the work the artist does. There's no business like shaking off the fluff, freeing up the fuzz. You're the is that never was, with the B's to add the buzz. We are guided by the 5 B's: begging, borrowing, battering, buying, the building of IP, and the M to the 3rd: market, manage, monetize.
You see, mommy, after me I come, the security them never let me drink yet. Me have to jump over one bench. You see, me back free about like that. How much time I must tell you to call me before you come to the gate? Hey, man, when you are coming, the place pretty. Hey, how would I do one chandelier?
The principal facing heat. Board votes to suspend.
Board suspends principal at Edna Manley College.
Student staff at Edna Manley College protest treatment of principal.
Education Ministry won't intervene
Minister of Education sued the Arts Board of Edna Manley College.
Opposition protests board appointment at Edna Manley College.
Edna Manley College principal takes role with school to Supreme Court.
Jane and Louisa will soon come home, just will soon come home, just will soon come home. Jane and Louisa will soon come home into this beautiful garden. Jane and Louisa will soon come home, just will soon come home, just will soon come home. Jane and Louisa will soon come home into this beautiful garden. With the certainty that almost nothing has been certain this past year, with the certainty that we have never been able, even in so-called normal times, to predict anything with any degree of certainty, we declare that across this beautiful Caribbean, some Jane and some Louis are waiting to fulfill their life's desire by entering this space that we call the Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts. We know that Jane and Louisa will soon come home into this beautiful garden. My dear, will you allow me to pick a rose, just to pick a rose, just to pick a rose? My dear, will you allow me to pick a rose into this beautiful garden? And sometimes we sure know how to pick them. What are the odds that in the year that we design change makers, blossoming and releasing as the theme for our graduation ceremony, we pick a guest speaker whose resume informs us that a gig at a radio station blossomed into an impressive career with some of today's top reggae artists. My dear, will you allow me to waltz with you, just to waltz with you, just to waltz with you? My dear, will you allow me to waltz with you? And we have been reliably informed that he has certainly waltzed across 5 continents, developing into one of the leading entertainment brand strategists, defining global policy for Fortune 500 companies whose names would make you want to sing and dance into this beautiful garden. And into this beautiful garden, at One Arthur Wint Drive, we are pleased to share time tonight with someone with whom we have already established a relationship that sounds like music to our ears. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome our guest speaker, Mr. Maurice Hamilton, into this beautiful garden.
Thank you. What an honor to be here talking to you today, and congratulations to you students on your graduation here. Firstly, let me thank you, send a big thank you out to the leadership team, so Principal, Chairman, VP Williams, and VP Henry. This is an opportunity for me, as me myself, I did not graduate from university, so it's such an honor to see you students doing such great work, and especially throughout this pandemic, the struggle that it's been to get here, it's remarkable. I'm going to talk a little about planting seeds today as you move from the first step to the second step in your careers and in your lives, what it means to plant a seed. But before doing so, I'm going to talk a little about my company and my journey. And for those of you who don't know, my name is Maurice Hamilton, and I'm the Group CEO of a company called DSMC Group that brings brands and celebrities together. I'm going to play a short video that speaks to that, and then talk more about the message for today. as I said, a short introduction, thank you. So as I said, a short introduction to our company and really the journey that I've been on. The message today is around planting seeds, and we all know these seeds, obviously orange seeds, but there are many different types of seeds that come to you in your life, and these are the things that I think about when I was thinking about today's message and the speech, and what I wanted you graduates to consider as you move on to this next phase was what the journey was going to be like for you, and what are the seeds that you're going to need to plant. My journey was a hell of a journey. And when I started what I would call my journey in the early days of school, I was a passionate lover of music. And here's a picture of me, my friends captured of me whistling. I could never sing or rap or anything like that, but I was always whistling. And it was my passion for the music that allowed me to grow and plant those seeds in terms of understanding how I would move forward in my career over the years. Fast forward about 5-6 years, I went on to work with some of the biggest artists in the world, from Sean Paul to Shaggy to Damian Marley, and then rappers like Jay-Z and Rick Ross and various other different types of people. And all of this really started from the seed that I planted when I was young in music and collecting records and just being persistent in terms of how I looked at music as a potential career. So now here I am in 2021, speaking to you as graduates. For me, it's, as I said, looking back and saying, okay, well, what are the things that I've done and what are the things that I could help people to understand in terms of what they should be doing as they move on to that next phase of their lives. But getting back to the seeds, what does it mean to plant a seed? For me, it was about intention. The intention of planting a seed and understanding, well, why am I doing this, right? So as you move into this next phase, you've done a hell of a lot of work to get to where you are, and it's great to see you all here today doing this in terms of graduating and being acknowledged in terms of all of the work that you've done. But there's a reason why you've done it. And moving into that next stage of your life, think about the seed that you're planting and what that intention is behind it. Also, you have to have a desire. You all have a desire, I'm sure, for several different things, but what is it that you are so passionate about that you can't let it go and you have to run with it? And then lastly, you have to have faith. Like any seed, it's never going to bloom immediately. So you have to plant that seed, and in a similar way to how you've invested the time and the energy and all of the effort to get to where you are today with this graduation, it's the same thing that you're going to have to do in this next phase of your life. But there's also a couple other considerations that you need to think about. One of them is a commitment. So a commitment to, regardless of the weather, regardless of the conditions, ensuring that you're watering that seed and looking after it. And then you're being persistent, ensuring that you're always on the case, regardless of what the situation is, making sure that you're moving forward positively. And then lastly, being patient. Patience is such a virtue, and it's something that over my years I've learned to be more and more of. And it's something that, once again, you have to, as you move from now student life, going into the working world, or setting up your own companies for the entrepreneurs in the crowd today, you have to be patient at times, and this is something that's very important as you go out and plant those seeds. So, what seeds do you want to sow? Right? Most of you will know, and Dr. Barrett Principal spoke to the relationship between SMC and Edna Manley. I personally have planted a seed here at the college because I believe in you as students, and I believe in the college. And more so than that, I believe in Jamaica and the Caribbean as a creative hub that could potentially do great things internationally. And as a part of our relationship, I've committed to, and my company is committed to, being a resource to the college so that we can do various different things. And as you would have heard, thank you. As you would have heard, our plan is in 2022 to build a state-of-the-art recording studio, and hopefully it looks something like this. But these are the things that will help to hopefully excite people about music and get people passionate about, as I said, planting that seed and moving forward. We also, as mentioned before, we also have an apprenticeship program. We'll be taking on 5 apprentices a year and helping them to develop their careers in their final year as they move into the working world and hopefully come and work with us. You know, we are keen to recruit people from the college, and this is a gateway we're seeing it as to be able to do so. But as I said, you know, before this, I strongly believe in Jamaica, and the next generation of children coming up, I believe, should be the next set of creatives that are doing huge films and big television commercials. But we have to sow those seeds right now. We have to ensure that this isn't something that is, you know, put aside and left for someone else to do. We as a community, us as the leadership team, have to ensure that we are doing our work. A part of my commitment and our company's commitment, we have a program called SMC Teach, which we run throughout the summer to ensure that kids, especially ones that have been left behind over the last 2 years in this COVID pandemic, are given extra help in terms of the basic lessons, maths, English and science, and ensuring that they have tutors that help them. For absolutely free, this is something that we offer. But less about my journey and less about what we're doing as a company, and let's go back to the seeds. So I'm sure most people can tell me what this seed is, right? This is a seed that everybody knows. But maybe not necessarily this seed. And it's a cucumber, or a cucumber as I call it in the UK. What this point is that seeds sometimes are not necessarily things that you automatically recognize. It's about looking for all of the different types of opportunities that come in all different shapes and sizes, and being able to plant as many as you can, because you just don't know which one of those seeds will rise up to deliver a great opportunity for you. So as I said, as you move from now graduation and phase 1 in your career to phase 2, I'd ask you, please, if you take away anything from my message today, is to don't be afraid to plant seeds. Don't be afraid to go out and plant as many as you can. Grab as many opportunities as possible, and you'll see a harvest at some point. You know, for us, as SMC and as me as an individual, my story has been a long story and a long road, and there are many trials and errors that have come along the way. But we know that, you know, through persistence and through hard work and you know, grace of God as well, we're able to do anything that we can, or we want and can. Okay, thank you ever so much, and congratulations once again on your graduation. Wishing you the best of luck in your next step. Thank you.
DIAMA! From the S
To the A,
to the M,
to the H,
we slamming,
we're slamming,
we're jamming at SAM.
Creative education, flexible access. Skip it. School of Music. Keeping it on the beat.
School of Dance. On point.
Down with oppression, oppression. No! Down with oppression! No subjugation! collaboration and transformation. No to the colonial whip.
War.
None of this fatalistic, colonialistic, Babylonian corridonction. Upward movement. Inward stretch and outward reach.
And in better news, progressing despite the odds, Edna Manley College students complete 2021 final year show.
Ubuntu. EMCVPA alumni starts fund to assist students who lost belongings in the fire.
Edna Manley College students celebrate research in the arts on March 3.
Spirit of Rex Nettleford showcased at the Rex Nettleford Arts Conference 2021 with groundbreaking presentation.
Edna Manley College suggests using arts to educate in a pandemic.
Autistic student finds self at Edna Manley College and graduates with a 30-credit student certificate in photography.
Special needs students fully integrated at Edna Manley College.
School of Drama stages production despite COVID-19 restrictions.
And a ray of hope. Heads of schools, faculty at Edna Manley College overcomes pandemic challenges with innovation.
Blended approach for ballet students at Edna Manley College in a pandemic.
Get to all oppressor, black or white.
War.
Get to all oppressor, black or white.
War.
Get to all oppressor, black or white. Get to all oppressor, black or white. Get to all oppressor, black or white. Get to all oppressor, black or white.
War.
Get to all oppressor, black or white.
War.
Get to all oppressor, black or white. Down with oppression. No subjugation. Collaboration and transformation.
War.
No to the colonial whip.
Art has the power to change the world. Our voices are heard through the mediums of our practice.
Through visual narratives, we can stir and evoke messages for change.
Wake up, stand up, and change the world.
Upward movement! Inward stretch and outward reach. Inward stretch and outward reach. Inward stretch and outward reach.
Straight line in a body. Red paint. Straight line. Body. We never send it over there. So send it here. Straight line. Don't we make that to be so hard? Which part of this hard? We send it yes and you gone down there. Well, let me show you some more we learn over drama school. Your name trust my like I chop up here. Me never ready. That's not the assignment. What is it then? Alright, yeah. We are supposed to create a ring game teaching primary school students about body parts using the element of dance. So how we going to do that? Try this. Head, shoulder, knees. Yeah, something simple like that. Okay.
Ready? No, it look like a mic. Welcome to the Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts, the first and only one of its kind
In the English-speaking Caribbean.
Going to the promised land. Promised land. Going to the promised land.
Ladies and gentlemen, now to the moment for which we are all gathered, the presentation of the graduates. These candidates will be receiving certificate, diploma, associate and bachelor degrees in various disciplines. In visual arts, dance, music, theater arts, education in the various art forms, as well as arts management. It is my pleasure and honor to perform this duty of presenting them to you. However, please permit me to offer my own congratulations to the graduates. Do not forget that this is only the beginning of a process, not the end. Continue to put in the hard work, strive for excellence, and never lose sight of your intended goals. You are all intelligent, creative, and talented human beings. You are here today because of your excellent accomplishments over a sustained period. The Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts is very proud that you chose us to guide your educational goals and place you on a path to a successful career. Ladies and gentlemen, these graduates have endured the rigor and demand of the Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts. And as a result, today, they will be conferred with degrees and awards of certificates for their hard work.
By virtue of the authority vested by law in the Board of Management of the Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts, I confer upon each of you presented, whose names are about to be called, and those who are unable to attend, the respective academic degree for which you have been recommended, with all the rights, privileges, responsibilities, and obligations appertaining thereunto, and I offer my sincere congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the class of 2021. Chairman, Honorable Marigold Hardin, and Acting Principal Dr. Trudian Barrett, I present to you these candidates to receive their award of their associate and bachelor's degrees. On behalf of the deans of schools and members of faculty, I certify to you that these candidates have completed all their academic requirements in their several disciplines and are entitled to receive their respective award of degrees. Graduates to be awarded the Bachelor of Fine Arts, BFA, and the Bachelor of Art Education, BAE, followed by graduates to receive their Associate of Arts degrees.
Graduates of the School of Visual Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, and Associate of Arts. Pamela Chang, Painting, Honors. Christine Deslandes, Textiles and Fiber Arts. Joshua Douglas, Animation. Chris-Ann Gale, Textiles and Fiber Arts, Credit. Giovanni Goburn, Graphic Design, Honors. Sasha K. Hines, Interdisciplinary Studies, Honors. Trisana Pearson, Photography, Credit. Kimberly Mitchell, Textiles and Fiber Arts, Credit. Jade Rankin, Animation.
Regine Rodriguez, Credit.
Lushane Tucker, Printmaking. Amoy Smith, Textiles and Fiber Arts, Credit. Jovan Walker, Graphic Design. Ajay Whittle, Graphic Design, Credit. Nakisha Habib, Honors. And now for the Associate of Arts, Olivia James, Graphic Design. Monique Williams, Graphic Design.
Graduates to receive the Bachelor of Music in Performance, Bachelor of Music Education, followed by graduates to receive the Associate of Arts in Music.
Graduates from the School of Music, Bachelor of Music Performance, Miguel Anderson, Contemporary Music Studies. Mario Gidar Singh, Contemporary Music Studies, Credit. Jelani Guthrie, Contemporary Music Studies, Credit. Kristen Henry, Contemporary Music Studies, Honors. Javon Jones, Contemporary Music Studies, Credit. Stephen Stanbury, Contemporary Music Studies. Victoria Taff, Contemporary Music Studies. Bachelor of Music Education. Xavier Chevalier, Camila Crossdale, Credit. Kamoy Gordon, Honors. Lishay Grant, Moses McLean, Credit. Roger Pine, Credit. Devon Reynolds, Honors. Danielle Ricketts, Credit. Paul Samuels. Associate of Art in Music, Janoy Davis.
Graduates to receive the Bachelor of Fine Arts in Theatre Arts, Acting track, Bachelor of Arts in Drama in Education, followed by graduates to receive the Associate of Arts in Theatre Arts.
For the School of Drama, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Theatre Arts, Acting, Tony Ann Faulkner, credit. Tori Ann King, honors. Joanne Mackenzie, credit. Janelle Smith, credit. Bachelor of Arts, Drama and Education, Kezia Smith, credit.
Graduates to be awarded the Bachelor of Fine Arts in Choreography and Performance, Bachelor of Arts in Dance Education, followed by graduates to receive the Associate of Arts in Dance Techniques.
School of Dance, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Performance and Choreography. Horacia Morris.
Graduates to receive the Bachelor of Arts in Arts Management, followed by graduates to receive the Associate of Arts in Arts Management.
The School of Arts Management and Humanities, Bachelor of Arts in Arts Management, Chloe Lawrence with credit.
Graduates from the School of Continuing Education and Allied Programs. Postgraduate Diploma in Arts Education. Shauna Gay Murray Coke, honors. Tashima Howard Small, honors. 30 credit studio certificate. Demario Harding, photography. 60 credit studio certificate. Alia Noel Salisman, textiles and fiber arts. Marlon Minot, visual communication.
We also recognize our graduates achieving grade point averages of 3.3 and above, leading to honors degrees. Candidates, congratulations. It is time to move your tassels from the right side to the left side to signify your graduation. If you should ever forget on which side your tassel should be worn, remember that you wear it on the left side over your heart to remind you of your alma mater, the Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the class of 2021. I now hand over to the registrar, Mrs. Claudia Wunchin, who will continue with the presentation of special awards.
Board of Management, faculty, staff, graduates, and specially invited guests. It is my pleasure to stand before you today to present the special awards to the outstanding and hardworking graduates of the class of 2021. The special awards consist of two categories, the Principal's Awards and the Chairman's Award. I will start by making the presentation of the Principal's Awards. These awards are given to graduates who have achieved the highest cumulative grade point average within their respective schools for their cohort. For the School of Visual Arts, we have Ms. Pamela Chang with a grade point average of 3.57. For the School of Music, we have Kamoy Gordon with a GPA of 3.41. For the School of Drama, we have Torian King with a GPA of 3.55. For the School of Arts Management, we have Mr. Keneal Brody with a GPA of 3.10. Next is the Chairman's Award. This award is given to the graduate who epitomizes the true spirit of the Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts. A nominee was entered from 3 schools: Visual Arts, Music, and Drama. Interviews were conducted, and it was unanimously agreed that the award for the most outstanding student for the class of 2021 should go to Kamoy Gordon from the School of Music. I would like to use this opportunity to recognize all the graduates who received academic and special awards. I ask all of you here today to join me in saying congratulations on a job well done. Thank you all.
The Board of Management, Principal, Vice Principals, members of the Edna Manley faculty, and of course, the graduating class of 2021, good day and welcome. The identity of a nation is revealed through its art. This, I believe, is an apt way to begin this charge to you, the graduating class of 2021. Of the Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts. As you exodus through the door of the student chapter of your Edna Manley College life and genesis to a new connection with this most noble institution, we, the Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts Alumni Association, welcomes you wholeheartedly as we bond to develop this body to become the backbone of this institution. The trumpet has sounded, and it is your time to answer the call. This association sets out with the mission to be a source of support for all the graduates of this institution, to provide mentorship and encourage continuous personal and professional development for all students, to ensure that the student's voice is loud and strong in the operation of the Edna Manley College, to lift the profile of the college and in extension, the students who attend. We encourage you to stay connected with the institution, the place where you developed long-lasting friendships, cultivated new family members, and created long-lasting memories. And most importantly, where you discovered yourself as you mastered your craft. I implore you to continue to develop your skills and broaden your horizon. Remember the time you sojourned here and give back. extend a helping hand to a brother, a sister, so their journey can be as successful as yours, and even better. One chapter has ended and a new one has begun. So lift your hats, celebrate, and be proud of your achievements. The association looks forward to your support as we work to ensure that the Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts, first of its kind in the English-speaking Caribbean, remains the premier arts institution in the Caribbean. So big up on yourself. And as we say at Edna, blessed love.
Members of the Board of Management, Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts, principal, vice principals, deans, faculty, parents, friends, fellow graduates, a pleasant good evening to you all. For those of you who know me, Wagwan. And for those of you who don't, allow me to formally introduce myself. Hi, I am Pamela Chang, an SBA, BFA, Visual Arts major, your 2021 valedictorian, and most importantly, a proud graduate of the Edna Manley College class of 2021. We did it. It is a great honor to be speaking with you all today, and a great honor to be able to say, congratulations, it is well deserved. How did we all get here? For most of us, it was when we realized that we had a gift or talent and made it our priority to hone it. At the beginning of our journey, some of us were scared, some of us were determined, but most of us were passionate. Passionate to perform our God-given talents to the best of our abilities. It was vital for us to not underestimate the hard work that it would take to reveal our dreams. I refer to a quote, "Hard work is worthless for those that don't believe in themselves." I repeat, hard work is worthless for those that don't believe in themselves. Naruto Uzumaki. We are here today because of hard work. The mere fact that you are graduating today shows that you are indeed a hard worker, a trooper, and I pray that you continuously work just as hard to fulfill your future goals, because the journey does not stop here. From the sprained ankles and sore feet that the students of dance experienced, to the musicians who suffered from bruised fingers from practicing all night, to the actor who rehearsed tirelessly, to the art managers who spent countless hours producing, and to the artist who accidentally sipped paint water. Yes, this happens. Your efforts and hard work were not in vain. I can't seem to get over those painful nights where we wrote essays for a timeline which felt like forever, only to end up creating group chats to discuss begging for an extension. To our lecturers, we are forever indebted to you. That was a familiar reality that we all knew too well. It was a roller coaster ride, and I must say, a necessary part of our college experience. It was indeed a momentous 4 years. We were fortunate enough to experience a socially intimate and vibrant, as well as a socially distant environment. The drastic shift affected us all. I know too well how difficult it became for us when it came to assignments, living arrangements, and even our mental health and wellness. That, however, did not stop us. It may have slowed us down a little, but we were determined to finish the race. We were determined to finish our fight, and we were determined to pull those all-nighters, and we were determined to get the work done. The COVID-19 pandemic and its inherent limitations on our movement only made us stronger and served as a valuable life lesson. I know all of my fellow graduates would agree with me when I say that the Edna Manley College is the only institution on the island where on campus, students will be around from 1 a.m. in the morning doing God knows what. For the visual arts students, 5 bottles of energy drinks down the hatch, a power drill in hand, working on a piece due the following year. For the performers, water, water, and more water, but non-stop practice until you got it right. If that is not dedication, then I don't know what is. Every one of you here knows at least one person who never sleeps. Tevin Lewis never sleeps, except of course in the front row of a lecture. Nowadays in Zoom classes, you don't even know who is sleeping. Everyone's camera is off, and if I were a lecturer, I'd find that very suspicious. If the meeting host could turn on all cameras, one wonder what would meet them. Before coming to Edna, many of us thought that we were in over our heads. The task of graduating seemed a lot bigger than us. In my first year, I can remember being in classes that were filled. In fact, we had at least 20 students starting the painting course. We are now graduating with 3 painting majors, myself included. I know that this is a familiar occurrence that has also taken place in the schools of music, dance, drama, and arts management. I say this to cement the fact that we should be immensely proud of ourselves for coming so far. Graduating class of 2021, big up on Edna Manley self. A few years from now, we'll look back at these days and treasure the years spent here. A few of my favorite memories at Edna were attending music school's lunch hour concert and the plays at the schools of drama, and of course, art exhibitions of the School of Visual Arts. My fellow graduates, I call you into action. Let us not come this far to only come this far. I know for a fact that for all of us, this journey has been one that was filled with trials, with hardships, and with many, many setbacks. Let us not take lightly the literal blood, sweat, and tears that we all dedicated into obtaining our degrees. Let us continue to burn a flame for our dreams, goals, passions, and aspirations. We hear time and time again about graduates who stop there, graduates who are bested by the plague of unemployment, self-defeat, and self-pity. No, we will not and cannot stop here. The journey continues. If we can jump this hurdle, then we can jump any hurdle that is placed before us. It will never be easy, but with our drive and dedication, there are no limits, not even the sky. I implore you to continue believing in yourself and excel beyond heights that you thought you were incapable of reaching. We need to destroy the mental blockages and barriers that have been instilled within us from our environment. This is the harsh reality that we all need to be aware and awake for. Nobody will care about the turbulence of your life as much as you will. How could they? Others are not impacted by your life merely as much as you are. We must always remember that there are consequences for our actions. If you don't bathe for 10 days, you will stink. If you are not sexually responsible, you might end up with an STD. And if you don't put consistent hard work and time into accomplishing your dreams, then you will fail. There's no sugarcoating this. I want to remind you that before we get comfortable and nonchalant, set those goals, make the time, and keep fighting the hard fight. Be confident in your abilities. We did this. We can do anything else. As we look towards a promising future, I just pray that we remember to find our joy in the little things, to find ourselves gratitude to the people and places that shaped us, to find our peace in knowing that we did our utmost best and knowing that this will be returned to us 100 times over. To our parents and guardians who ensure that we were well equipped for this journey, we thank you. To our peers, friends, and significant others who are always there to lend a helping hand, we thank you. To our staff, administration, and faculty members who made it their priority to establish a clean and productive environment, who pushed us even when we did not want to learn, we thank you. To scholarships, grants, and loan entities that provided us with financial support, especially through difficult times, we thank you tremendously. Thank you doesn't quite capture the indebtedness that we have for you and all that you have done for us. Lastly, let us not forget our founders who laid a solid foundation that we have all benefited from. We thank you. It goes without saying that the Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts is a blessing to us all, and for that we are truly grateful. We only hope that our successes will continue to make you proud. Graduating class of 2021, we are Edna Strong. Go blossom and release. Thank you.
Amina, what are you looking at? You remember that song, The Bear Went Over the Mountain to see what he could see?
And what do you think he saw?
The other side of the mountain?
Yes, that too. But I was really thinking about all the beautiful plants we have on our campus.
Oh, do they remind you of our students?
Yes.
Oh,
let's have a look.
Sweet. Yeah.
thinking about the story of this woman who loved flowers. And she planted a great deal of seeds, and every day she watered them and she tended them with great care. They grew beautiful leaves and vines, but not one flower. How disappointing. Until the day her neighbor came to the fence to tell her thanks. For what? You see, unbeknownst to the lady who planted the seeds, the vines found a way through the cracks in the walls. And as she watered the vines, the flowers blossomed next door into a beautiful garden, which this lady so appreciated because she was unable to plant a garden of her own. Oh, you see that? That's beautiful, beautiful. Just like our students.
Where are you going, miss? I feel like the bear going to the other side of the mountain to see what I can see.
Don't you mean to peep over the wall?
Well, that can work too. But tell me, what do you think I would see?
You know, just because you can't see the outcome of your hard labor does not mean it bore no fruit.
True. Let me show you what I was thinking.
Our wish is that our graduates will flourish luxuriantly on the other side of the fence. And you need to go back inside right now and tell everybody thanks because they have helped to make it possible.
I agree. What good.
As artists, we find the joy, beauty, ugliness, happiness, sadness, chaos, peace, lack, completion, a canvas, a finished product in all things. We see the ends of the spectrum and the in-betweens. We see the magic in creation, the earth, the clay, the molding, smelting, melting, casting, the blossoming, the releasing. Chords and steps, songs and phrases, movements, words, lyrics. We see opportunity, we change, we make, we become, we are change makers. So here I am today, coming from the Edna Manley Garden outside, into the Edna Manley Garden of change makers, blossoming and releasing inside, to give thanks to all those who made these moments possible. We give thanks to the Creator for the whole Auno, the Creator that planted your mind, body, and spirit, that germinated to bloom to this chosen time, this place to celebrate the Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts class of 2021. Can I hear a whoop whoop? To all parents, guardians, teachers, EMCVPA faculty, staff, and students, special needs educators, sign language interpreters, mentors, sponsors, auntie, uncle, brother, sister, friend, shoulders that were leaned on and sometimes cried on. Every person who supported the journey of our wonderful EMCVPA graduates. You are the earth, topsoil, fertilizer, water, sunlight. We give thanks. To our artistic team, production team, technical team, ancillary team, planning team, enough teams, performers, crews, we give thanks for the work that you have put in for us to participate in this awesome one-of-a-kind celebration. Mr. Maurice Hamilton, entrepreneur, innovator, trendsetter, change maker. I could have bust a tune, but I can't sing. We give thanks for your presence with us today and for sharing your story, for planting seeds here at the EMCVPA, and for your message to the graduates to focus on their intention, never forget their desire, and to always have and move in faith. We give thanks. We also give thanks for highlighting to us the value of commitment, persistence, and patience as necessary ingredients to success. You gave us significant takeaways, of which I would like to mention 3. What seeds do you want to sow? You also mentioned for us not to leave the work for someone else to do. We have to be the ones to do it. And finally, do not be afraid to plant seeds. Look through your opportunities, plant your seeds, as you never know which one will rise up. And to you, our graduating class of 2021, thank you for choosing the EMCVPA, for blossoming, for staying the course regardless of the weather or the pandemic, for exemplifying the college's motto. You indeed created, persevered, and achieved. As we release you into the world, we trust that you will hone your skills and talents to recognize and make changes where they are needed, to expose the beauty of moments and make this world much better than it is. I leave with you these words from Martha Graham and Rex Nettleford. Martha Graham, a modern dancer and choreographer, said, "There is a vitality, a life force, an energy, a quickening that is translated through you into action. And because there is only one of you in all time," can you imagine that? One of you in all time. This expression is unique. And if you block it, it will never exist through any other medium and will be lost. And in the words of Professor Rex Nettleford, OM, I want to see a Jamaica, and I can say by extension a Caribbean, that will be able to throw up people who are concentrated, integrated, well-rounded, productive, and resourceful. A young generation of Black people who will find a place in this society. I want for them never to feel less than good or less than equal in society like this. We cannot allow the next generation to grow up with the same doubt and lack of self-confidence. This is indeed a charge to you, to step out, to own your space, and to make a better world for the next generation. I ask you, active, post in the chat and in your various spaces, send out your affirmations of your role in this change. Shout it out loud, vision it. And remember, as Martha said, if you block it, it will never exist through any other medium and will be lost. Class of 2021, release. Step out. Kick down what you need to kick down. Walk good.
What, 15K?
That's so much like say, girl, a blue tick me I got for next. Money in it and it can help promote my business.
I'm true that.
Speaking of promote, you remember the play where we did do over drama school? Alright, I want you to do a scene for me so we can put for my page.
Chandelier.
Yes, go over here, girl. Alright. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. When we go look at me, chop out the one back over
Tina, so you can't stay, you have to go.
Alright. And remember the script for me that I worked on the other day? So the man here, him from Germany, and the lady here, from Italy. So them I do for them parts and come give me a chair, we do we thing together.
So you know them people there?
Yes. Girl, you can't ask that. Me jumping at them DM.
What you brave?
Look here, it's dance you do and it's drama you do, so you have to follow the people them in our area.
Well, that's true, that still.
By the way, we need to go on multimedia so they can put together a reel for me from first year to now, so I soon come.
Remember to tag me nice.
And me to RGN__16. Introducing the new Arts Calabanor.
Arts Calabanor, that sound like Arts Calabon.
Girl, I knew this I do it, you know? Newness. Artists are collab with artists. Plus, I am an entrepreneur.
Oh,
sense.
Arts Calabanor.
That makes sense.
You know some other idea. I never want to talk, but like how we are share, the idea is creative augmented interventionist.
What? That doesn't sound real.
Girl, come here. Turn around now.
Oh.
Alright. So, go on for your face good. Alright, I don't move here. Take out the camera. Hold it over the barcode for these.
Yeah.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Girl! I'm going to
It feels good now. So, this is basically where theater meet IT. So like what COVID time now, we are trying to go into the augmented reality. But me I do mine as a form of therapy, so I call it augmented interventionist.
Oh, well then like how Edna stress me out. You can't give me a copy of theater intent like this. Intent like this. Chuck. Come intervene in my life, yeah.
Hey, give me something, man. So, yeah, take me for joke. You're gonna start me serious so I make no one money. Watch.
Well, they don't look festive. I don't have no one thing. Well, me want mine too. Well, listen. My name, Multiverse Artivist. That's so good, man. So I don't know. It's like people will. Artists are trying to like, you know. Alright. But we help you. So that means say you're multi-talented.
Are you versatile?
Hey girl! Are you an activist?
So
basically, me can manage the two of us.
How we send you names?
How we set change? But that means that the three we can collaborate.
We change the game, we are the game.
We change the game, we are the change the game. We change the game, we are the change the game.
Hello.
We change the game, we are the change the game.
Too high, girl. Come on, go for finance before Miss Wunching so we can graduate.
Come on.
Year after year we change. We are the horticultural change makers. After inward stretch to the very core, where the tip of the roots is nourished by the shapeless mass. Then we break through the floor beyond the ceiling, from a simple seed to a sapling, outward reach, blossoming, unfolding. Colors from the spectrum of the sun, we keep radiating.
We'll write our own script, inspired by a vision of the future.
to be played on a stage by those who are yet to come.
We have been prepared and tended for by the masters of horticulture
to get sovereignty from diversity, individuality, yet unity, to make a melody and harmony and give the world the ultimate beauty. We bring food for the soul, colored petals of radiant energy. As the wind blows between us, her music makes us sway to her dance, to her choreography. Year after year we change. We are the horticultural change makers. After inward stretch to the very core, where the tip of the roots is nourished by the shapeless mass. Then we break through the floor beyond the ceiling, from a simple seed to a sapling, outward reach, blossoming, unfolding. Colors from the spectrum of the sun, we keep radiating. Colors from the spectrum of the sun, we keep radiating. Colors from the spectrum of the sun, we keep radiating. Colors from the spectrum of the sun, we keep radiating. Spectrum of the sun, we keep radiating. Colors from the spectrum of the sun, we keep radiating. Colors from the spectrum of the sun, we keep radiating. Colors from the spectrum of the